What's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing. B Marsh Boxing, we back at it. Rematch Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete, Emmanuel Navarrete. Mexican Warfare. This a rematch. Navarrete defending his 130-pound strap. This is after coming off a loss, trying to go up in weight to fight for the 135 vacant strap versus that Baranchik, some guy from Ukraine. He lost. He comes back down to his weight where he's a world champ. And hey, man, he was kind of getting outboxed in the first round, you know. Valdez was doing a lot of lateral movement, wasn't just standing in front of the man. He would throw his punches, then he'd move, you know what I mean? He wasn't trading, he wasn't trying to go toe to toe. And he was doing good in round one. Then he got caught. He got caught with a left punch to the temple. Then he started trying to duck. Then he got hit on the left side of his temple. And he went down. So in the round that he was winning, he kind of got his legs taken from under him, you know what I mean? Round two was the only round that I gave to Valdez, you know what I mean? He recovered pretty well from them temple shots he caught in round one. And then the man started engaging, and he was fighting with heart. The man Navarrete, he ain't throwing no jabs. He ain't fighting off the back foot. The man is a come forward guy whose lead punch is not a jab. It's not even a lead disguising it as a lead right hand. His lead punch is a left hook or his patented left uppercut. And Valdez stood within the fire and he was counter punching well, you know what I mean? And I thought he had some success in round two, and I gave him round two. But round three, from there on out, that strategy that Valdez had a little success with in round two, he could have sustained that for the remainder of the duration of the fight. The man Navarrete, like I said, he's a pressure fighter, come forward. And he was catching the man Valdez also, catching him with all kind of big punches. And Valdez eventually gets dropped in round four. You know what I mean? I had round three for Navarrete. Round four, he gets dropped. He gets caught with the left hook and he goes down, Then there was another round. I believe in round five, he gets caught at the end of the round and he gets saved by the bell. So it didn't get count for a knockdown, but you could see it's only a matter of time that Navarrete or get this man out of here, because it would only be a miracle if the man Valdez could survive and go 12 rounds. Not with this type of pressure, not with this type of style that the man Navarrete brings to the table. You know what I mean? You know, and I I think in round five he knocked his mouthpiece out of his mouth. At round five, he knocked his mouthpiece out of his mouth. That joint flew into the first row. Yeah, I'm saying it was crazy, man. You know, the first fight, I don't even believe there were any knockdowns. Not that I could recall. And Navarrete won handily, you know, but I don't recall any knockdowns. But this fight was different, man. Again, round six, after he gets his mouthpiece knocked out of his mouth, the referee, the doctors, they looking into his eyes, seeing if this man is all right. Round six, man, Navarrete, man, just beat the brakes off of him, man. Just put hands and paws on the man, you know, and he dropped him. He dropped him yet again. You see, this guy was trying to trade with the guy who's throwing power punches, no jabs, power punches in bunches, leading with left hooks to the head or to the liver or left uppercuts. And this guy was caught in the corner and he's trying to trade. He tried to throw his right hook. He gets caught with the left hook. And when I saw it, I knew he's going down. Got caught with a left hook flush right under his rib cage. When you're extending your right hand to throw a punch with power, that's a lot of muscle, and the tension and the muscle on the right side of your body from where you're throwing your power punch from, especially when it's exposed, the solar plexus, and he gets caught right there in the liver, dogs. And that's all she wrote, folks. When he got hit with that left hook to the liver and he went down, I said, he's not getting up. And I don't know if I've ever been wrong. There's very few times I've ever been wrong with a guy getting caught with a liver shot. Maybe Maidana versus Amir Khan, round one or two. I didn't think Maidana was going to get up, and he did. So it's very seldom that I'm wrong when I say he's not getting up from a body shot. Now, headshots are different too. There's some guys get up, some guys you already know he's not getting up. Like when they go face flat on the canvas, they not getting up. And body shots, 9 times or 9.99 times out of 10, they not getting up. And I knew he wasn't getting up. He was in pain, man. He was in severe pain. You know, it makes a grown man quiver on the ground when they hit with that body shot. Something mean, and I was so elated, not only because it was a beautiful knockout. This is Mexican warfare. This is a Mexican style left hook, Julio Cesar Chavez style. I said Oscar Morales, Eric Morales, Terrible type of left hook to the body. You remember how the man Morales finished Daniel Zaragoza's career, a Hall of Famer himself in Zaragoza. It was a right to the solar plexus. You know, so this is Mexican style right here. You know what I mean? Now these guys are not as great to me, in my opinion, and there's nothing. I ain't taking nothing away from them except for Valdez, a guy who has popped positive for steroids at some point in time in his career, and I thought he lost that fight or at least got a draw versus Robson Conceição when he was under the influence of a banned substance. It was real shady how that fight was even allowed to happen. But what I was trying to say is these guys are not Eric Morales or Marco Antonio Barrera or Juan Manuel Marquez. You know what I mean? They're in their own time. Those other guys, they hold legends. They were legends even before. Like guys like Barrera, man. Barrera was a whole legend up until he met Junior Jones, took them losses, and he still came back to get more big W's and win more world titles. Beat Prince Nassim, and so that's what great fighters do. Now Navarrete, he's gonna take a man with a vicious jab, a guy who can control pace, a guy who has lateral movement, a guy who can punch in between the punches with beautiful timing to beat this guy. Now we've seen him lose to Barancek. He's very vulnerable. Obviously, his style. He's very susceptible to getting caught himself too. But at the end of the day, his dimensions, you know, the height and the reach that he has on his opponents at these weight classes, he's just a dangerous fighter. You know what I mean? Is he unbeatable? No question about it. It was a nice, beautiful left uppercut that knocked, and that's his pattern and punch. Uh, it's his pattern and punch. That's what knocked out the mouthpiece out of dude's mouth. Actually, excuse me, I had to take that back. Oscar Valdez was throwing a left hook, not a right punch, a left hook, and his left side, the right side of his body was exposed for that beautiful body shot. So this is I'm happy these two Mexican warriors got into the ring, and somebody got to lose, and there ain't no shame in your game. Oscar Valdez might have to move up to 135. There's some big fights for you up there too. So it is what it is, but I'm very entertained, and I gotta give it up to Top Rank and ESPN for this card tonight. I was thoroughly entertained. You know what I mean? I enjoyed myself watching these fights out of Phoenix. The crowd is always a live crowd out there in Phoenix, and they put on for the fight. You know what I mean? So big up B Marsh Boxing. Salute to everybody in the chat, and I catch you guys on the next one. I'm gone. 6th round knockout for us, Emmanuel Navarrete. Peace.